Back this week, huh?
Was I not here last week?
Nope.
I'm sorry. I didn't know we were taking attendance, but I'm back.
Okay, who's up?
Mark Steps hadn't played defense all year. What did you think of the way he played and how, obviously he didn't seem to have any rust after being on IR.
Yeah, I thought he went in there and did a nice job for us. Operated well within the scheme, made some good plays, was very pleased.
What about Byron Young? I mean, here's a guy replacing Jalen Carter as a sack and a half. I mean, what'd you like about him?
Yeah, I thought BY had a good game too. He answered the bell when we needed it, and we're going to continue to need to get that from him moving forward.
What do you like about Nakobe Dean as a blitzer?
He's been productive. He's got a good feel for it. I think all our backers do. And they've been productive, so.
Does that, you've never been known as like a crazy blitzer, but so when you.
Previous, not since you've known me, no, but there were years where it was a lot.
So how much does that tilt you to do it when you have someone who can, has that type of ability to?
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything. You want to do it when you feel it's necessary and not because you have to. And I feel confident that when we rush any of our ILBs, which we do, we mix it up, we got a chance.
Aside from Jordan Davis's weight loss and better shape, has he improved technique-wise as a pass rusher?
He definitely has, but those two things you mentioned play a big part of that.
How important was it, Jalen Phillips' ability to move inside PG as well without Jalen Carter?
Yeah, JP just moved inside in some couple rush, third down type stuff. But BG actually played defensive tackle in the game, probably the first time in his career when it was either or situations, not just rush. And, because he helped pick up the slack of losing Jalen Carter and did a nice job.
What did you like about him down there inside?
Yeah, BG's the ultimate pro. He's got strength. He knows how to play blocks. I think he'll be better this week moving forward.
Adoree Jackson's had some ups and downs this year. Obviously, you want everyone to be consistent. What do you make of his season? And obviously, when he's on, I mean, he's a really good player.
Yeah, I thought he played well this past game. Made a really nice tackle on the wide out there where they tried to isolate on him. Came up with the pick after JP hit the quarterback's arm and put us in position for a field goal there. I thought overall he played well, and he's been doing that lately.
Quinion has been moving side to side this year, has a lot more on his plate, and has still turned in a good season. What's really impressed you about him this year?
Well, it's just really from the day one, even last year and this year, for a young guy, his professionalism, his dedication to his craft, wanting to learn, wanting to be prepared, wanting to do a good job, very prideful, all of that.
When you look at the Raiders, I mean, obviously, Kenny Pickett pretty well, from him being here last year. How much of an advantage is that going into the game? And, how much do you talk to, the offensive guys about him?
Yeah, obviously we have respect for Kenny. Started a couple years in Pittsburgh. Did well when he had to play for us last year. Obviously saw him on the practice field all last year. I don't think there's a way advantage, just because he was here that we know him. He's in a different offense, running a different scheme. I think all of that's way blown out of proportion.
As far as the QB run game, you've spoken about it this year. How do you distinguish between defending the scrambles and the designed runs?
Well, the scrambles are totally different animal in and of themselves. It's a pass play, and quarterback takes off. The design runs or possible runs, that's got to be part of your run defense, and it has to be assigned out. And we missed one of those last week in the overtime, I believe, and one in the fourth quarter that hurt us.
Have you seen Jordan Davis take on more of a leadership role this year? And if so, what does that look like?
Yeah, I think he has in his own way. You know, Jordan is really a fun guy to be around. Good personality, likes being here, comes to work, enjoys work. Yeah, he has emerged as somewhat of a leader. He has.
Vic, one more on Marcus Epps, if you don't mind. Just what did you see from him when he wasn't playing early in the year, and then while he was on IR?
Same stuff, you know, that we've talked about. Good instincts, good experience. He's got a good knowledge of the game. Knows how to fit different plays that come up, whether it be in coverage or on the run versus the run game. You know, you can feel his experience, his instincts, and his knowledge when he's out there.
What's your message to someone like Sidney, who obviously lost his job?
Just stay ready. You know, you never know when you're back in there. Obviously, we saw how fast it happened a few weeks ago, so he's got to be ready to go.
Couple more.
Developed into a good pass rusher, good against the runs, made some plays in coverage. In your experience, is it rare for a player to become complete like that when he's coming from a small school and so early in his career?
I wouldn't use the word rare. Everybody's different. Everybody develops at a different rate. I think Wash has done a good job coaching him. We've always liked his ability, always thought he could be a good player. He still has some growing pains, you know, as a young player, but we like where he's at and where he's headed.
You have
What's
a player like
changed?
that who is relatively raw coming into the league. How do you temper the expectations, or do you temper the expectations for a player like that?
I think it all depends on the person's personality. And in Jalik's case, he has a lot of confidence. So you have to temper him a little bit rather than lift him up.
What's changed as far as the pass rush production during this past month? Because earlier in the season, you were asking, I'm sorry, you had these questions about the lack of sacks. These past few weeks, obviously, they're coming quite a bit.
Yeah, I think we just we've improved our rush. You know, bringing JP in has helped, obviously. As we alluded to earlier, Jordan's improved. We're getting into some more third and longer stuff. You know, some of the games where our third down numbers weren't good, it was because we had a lot of third and shorts. You know, so I just think it's a little bit of everything, not one thing.
What kind of luxury is it to have Cooper inside against a great route runner and kind of have that ability to match up with that?
Yeah, it's real important. That's why we like to keep him in there. You know, obviously when we're in base, he plays corner, you know, so that tells you we think he's one of our two best corners. And in nickel, we put him at the nickel spot because he plays that very, very well, and it's an important position.
Is that right?